Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. This is Investing John, and I just want to go over my monthly net worth update for 2025, and kind of just go over what we're going to be, how I'm going to be doing this at least throughout the year, and where we're starting at least at the end of January, moving into February, and so on. So we hit it first. A new high for the portfolio right now at 83,000, almost $84,000. So we're on that journey to 100,000 net worth. And I'm kind of just going to break down everything. Maybe in future videos this will be a lot shorter as we kind of go through. But in my Roth IRA right now, we're hitting about mid 17,000. My wife 15,300. My M1 brokerage account right now is $9,679. My Ally savings account, and this has our emergency fund. We have about $10,000 and maybe like 300. Initial dollars in that, and then the rest we have some things we're trying to shoot for to save up. So throughout the year, this might be less, this might be more. So we might fluctuate in network just a little bit depending on some goals that we're looking for. We have a vacation fund in there. We're saving up for a new couch. We have some things that we want to do throughout the year. So it'll be interesting to see where this at least account goes. But right now, $14,443. Our house down payment, at least from the point of when I started recording this video or keeping track of this amount of money, I got it at the end of January 31st to February 1st once everything went in. But at that market value is $18,840. My Pokemon investments or my TCG player stuff right now is sitting at $5,547. It might be a little bit up or down depending on the market right now, but at the time of recording, that's where this was. I do own a good amount of silver, which we'll talk down below here. But currently, my precious metals is $882. Currently with spot price at least at the time of recording this video. And in my bank account, which this is just kind of the floor of our bank account, we usually just we pay all of our bills, but our floor we have about $1,500 in that. So if we have to ever dip into our current bank account a little bit more instead of jumping into our emergency savings, if it's just $500 or $1,000, we should be good at least with our floor of our account. So you may not see this number change very much. It should be $1,500 for the most part. Maybe it goes down to $1,000. I'm not really comfortable once our bank account floor hits under $1,000. I'm not very comfortable when we hit to that point. But currently, with everything added up, yep, 83,792. The biggest numbers that I'm more excited about is our investment totals. So right now, between my wife's Roth, my Roth IRA, and the brokerage account, this amount right here is what this total stock value is. So right now we're sitting at $42,580. We're halfway to 50, or we're close to 50,000, and the major goal is to hit 100,000. Once that snowball effects really starts happening in our portfolio. The rest of the stuff like Pokemon's awesome and iSilver is awesome, but to me those are more speculative investments that I see. And if I had to sell it all tomorrow, I would. So all these stocks right here would be last ditch selling, and I'm looking more towards long term future stuff with them. But right now we're sitting at $42,580, and I'm really excited about that amount. Right now, this is my total. This is my total shares that we have currently, and in these accounts that were based with the 42,000 valuation. And right now, currently, I'm invested in at least for my Roth IRA really heavily. Probably about 90% of my Roth IRA and 100% of my wife's Roth IRA is in FSKAX, and that is the total stock at mark or the total U.S. stock market at Fidelity. And I'm super big and bullish on this stock, and I've said this in past videos. If you've been following me, is one of my favorite books is The Simple Path to Wealth, and his major philosophy, J.D. Collins, who wrote the book, is just buying in the total stock market, and that's all you do. So most of my investing philosophy really covers that. But I'm very excited to almost hit 200 shares in that, and we'll definitely hit that this year, depending on how the market goes. But we should hit that as long as we keep maxing out our Roth IRA. I have almost 10 shares of QQQM, which I should be getting, and this is mostly in my brokerage account. But I'm very excited to nail that here pretty soon. SCHD, a little bit of a dividend fund, which I have like about 5% in my Roth currently, and then about 15% in my brokerage account is allocated to this. And I'm almost at 77 shares. VU, I'm at 10.26 shares, and that's in my my brokerage account. And SCHG, I'm sitting at right now currently 45, almost 46 shares in that. So these are my total shares. So if we have swings in the market, if this amount goes red, or if we're next month we're 80,000 and the next month we're 90,000 and we're going back to 895. The biggest thing is once you kind of go up and down in the market, which is going to happen. I'm not sure how this year is going to be, but this is going to be the exciting number that I look for. Even if we're in a down market, even for 3 months, we're going down as the market goes. At least this is going up. So there's always something we are looking for, or looking forward to at the end of the month as we collect shares and get them on sale practically. And then if not, we can't buy as many shares. At least the market's going up. So there's always a number we're trying to hit or be excited about as we kind of move forward with this. I don't have my daughter's 529 plan up here at all for net worth. I'm not counting that. I could technically count that in our household, but this, at the end of the day, this is all allocated to her once she turns 18. My baby is about 6 months old, so we have a long time. And right now, it's only invested in the S&P 500 and the I do it through Fidelity, so whatever the Fidelity S&P 500 fund is. But currently I almost have 65 shares, a lot of 99 for whatever reason, 99, 98. But I have about 65 shares, and that current valuation is 3,960. So I will be keeping track of that for you and seeing how that grows. She has 18 years or 17 and 6 months before she hopefully has to use it, whether it's school, non-college stuff if she does something else. Or we could put it in her Roth IRA currently, I think up to 35,000, I believe. So this is something we are currently putting $25 a week into. So we'll have $1,200 a year dedicated going into this fund. And if we get paid extra, I don't mind throwing like an extra $50 here and there every other paycheck. If a lot of my grandparents and family members like to give us money for my child, and she's 6-7 months. At Christmas time. In December, one of our grandparents gave us like $500 for her, or like 300, 200. It totaled all together about $500. And we could have went out, we could have got diapers and whatever, but instead of doing that, we just took that money and just threw it into her account. So we'll definitely do that as she gets money for her birthdays or Christmas or whatever. We'll probably throw it into her 529 and just keep watching it grow and watching it compound throughout her 17 years. I put a tab here to keep track of dividends through the first 4 quarters. So once we get to at the end of quarter 1 and kind of keep track of the dividends between SGHD through all these all my stocks, I think that'll be interesting to keep track of. I kept track of it in 2024. Maybe I'll do a little compare and contrast once we kind of go through the quarters and see how much I made on that last quarter to this quarter, from last year's quarters to this year's quarters. But I'm pretty excited to keep track of this dividend income. And I think it's going to be, I'm excited to hit our first $1,000. I think last year we hit like $500, $700, or $500 to $600. And most of our money, especially if you look at our stocks when dividend payments come in, especially our FSKAX, it usually pays big on Q4. So I'm excited. Hopefully we'll hit $1,000. I'm not going to count our house down payment, and I probably should have said that in our total stock. Since we're going to be using this, I'm not going to keep track of this in our total stocks. Just because we're going to be using that within a certain time period. So this is just the brokerage. The brokerage in our Roth IRA is in this. And hopefully I made that clear. But yeah, so if you look at my other videos and you see our house down payments all in view right now, I'm not gonna put the 40 or 30 shares or whatever the evaluation is in this currently, just to kind of keep track of it. As we go down, this is my total silver amount or precious metals that I have right now. I have 29.4 ounces of silver, and that evaluation is 822. My goal is to at least get 1 ounce of silver a month. And if I get a little bit more, that's awesome. If I don't, that's okay, as long as it kind of averages out. That's kind of the goal. I would love, right now, at least my goals, I set a goal to get 50 ounces, but my at least strategy is to make sure each month I get 1 ounce of silver. I think last year, I wish I kind of kept track of this, but I'm going to start giving more to local charities, to international charities, or my local church. And a big thing for me is, like, I don't want to idolize this, at least the amount of money in my net worth. I think it really matters as I grow older that I give more to God's kingdom on earth, and try to give as much as I can throughout my life. I think as my net worth grows, I should be able to give more and do better about that. And last year I didn't really give as much as I would like to. So this year I'm going to try to keep track of it. This is not me boasting about it or throwing in people's faces, but it's something for me to keep track of, that I am willingly giving to God's kingdom, helping out people, and trying to be better in my society. And I set a goal as we kind of dive in to give about $2,500. This past month in January, I gave $112. And I'm excited just to kind of keep track of it as we kind of move forward to it. So hopefully it hits. Hopefully I'm over that. And I'm willing to sacrifice goals to hopefully hit that number. Like if I don't get as much silver, or if I don't get as much into my brokerage account to hopefully give more, then that's okay. Like I'm willing to give up that. But here are my 2025 goals. I'm hopefully we'll hit 100K net worth, which will be really exciting. Give about $2,500, 50 ounces of silver. I'm hoping my house down payment gets to about 25K by the end of the year. I'm hoping to get about 5K in my daughter's 529 account. I would like to max out both Roth IRAs between my wife and mine, and then hopefully hit 15K into my brokerage account. I really appreciate all of you for watching today. Hopefully this looks clean. Let me know in the comment section if there's anything I could clean up to make this look clear. I think this bar graph will be really cool to see where we're at by the end of the year. Hopefully it looks clean, and hopefully I'll make some adjustments as we go. And then, yeah, I think this is what we're going to go with. Thank you again for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.